Hey there, worlds on the internet. Screen actor Sam Lukowski coming at you. In case anyone wanted to know, no one does. I don't blame you. Okay, I wanted to talk about three things today. Okay, so the first one is in 21st century America in showbiz, we have this weird paradox we got to deal with, and that is social media, this, and contractual standards, right? So, little brief thing for you guys. I am required. This sounds so egotistical and so vain. It's not meant to sound this way at all. I promise. Um, I'm required as a public figure, I guess, which is so stupid to say because it's just dumb. It's fucking stupid. Sorry. Um, you have to be on social media. You have to be accessible. But the flip side of that, the other side of that, that's weird is that I cannot break certain rules of contract. So I'm not like allowed to. Uh, like when I sign onto a project, right? And there's a contract. One of the clauses of the contract is non-disclosure agreements, right? So I can't violate those terms. I can't go onto set and film behind the scenes stuff. They have people that are hired specifically for behind the scenes work. I can't do that. I can't take pictures of me in costume on set and post it on Instagram. I can't go live on Facebook or Instagram and be like, "Hey, look at me! I'm on set in my trailer with my." I can't do that. That's breaking the rules. I could get fined. I could get fired. There's a lot of things that could happen. I'm forced to sort of vague book. I'm forced to kind of. I have to be on social media, but I can't reveal any interesting information that might make people want to follow me and pay attention to me. So it becomes this weird thorn in my side where it's like I have to do this, but I don't want to do it. If it's not acting and it's not, it's just I don't. It's boring. You guys are like, okay, he's philosophizing about shit that we don't care about. That's all I can really do. Aside from maybe like repost my demo reel or post a picture of like a headshot or something. So when it becomes your profession, when you are paid to do it for a living, and if you're a union guy like I am, you have even more rules to follow. So it's like the first rule is no contract, no work. Well, that means technically anything that's a performance on camera is breaking the first rule because there's no contract for me to do that. It's non-union work. I'm scabbing. I can get fined for that or something similar to it. So it has to be free form where I break forth and talk to you guys directly. But then I can't do that behind the scenes on camera because it could interrupt the production. It could reveal information online that I'm not supposed to reveal because of non-disclosure agreements. So my first point is Facebook and social media, which I'm required to be on, becomes almost useless to me because I'm not able to actually really use it for anything. So I hate it for that reason. I really can't use it the way people. Oh, I have all these content creators who are like, oh, just put some stuff up, and I go, well, actors are not inherently content creators. They can be, but they're not inherently. We're actually more like, hey, I hired you to perform, not I want you to write something or give a social commentary on something or record something and then edit it and put it online. That's really not what we do. We can do it. It's not really what we do. We perform the magic trick. I'm not trying to be pretentious. I mean, we literally pull the rabbit out of the hat. That's our job. We don't script how to put the rabbit in and out of the hat. We don't record us necessarily pulling the rabbit out of the hat and then post it online. That's not our job. We are just the guy who pulls the rabbit out of the hat. Am I being clear? Have I scared everybody away with this boring ass video? Probably. All right. Point number two. We are now in the 21st century of showbiz. Everything's digital, and now it's very common that your auditions at the preliminary level are self-taped, self-recorded. So what'll happen is my agent will send me a breakdown with some sides of script and say, "Hey, we want you to audition for this part. You fit the demographics of what they're looking for. Here's the non-disclosure. Sign it, record it, and have it to me like before like tomorrow." And I record the audition myself, right? And then I send the audition to my agent who approves it and then sends it to casting. That's how auditions work now. I very rarely get a live audition where I get to meet the casting director You know, it's not like American Idol. It's not like being on Broadway where you actually go into a room. Here's your time slot. Here's your appointment time. You go in and you meet the casting director, excuse me, which is actually kind of the worst part. Not the self-taping. I don't mind self-taping. What I mind is not meeting and building a business professional relationship with the casting director. That's what sucks, because it's very hard to have a career where you can't network. I know that feels like a weird word, but it's true. It's like, oh, all right, I know who you are in name. I know your casting office, but I don't know you. You don't know me. That's hard, right? So something that goes along with that is when you're given very specific directions on how to do a self-tape, very quickly the self-taping process becomes very monotonous. Yes, if you're recording on your cell phone, hold the cell phone horizontally. Duh. Yes, ignore the fourth unless they tell you otherwise. Don't look into the camera like I'm doing right now. Don't do that. Maintain a fourth. And have good, clean audio so we can clearly hear what you're saying. But really, all the other stuff, like this neutral background stuff, non-distracting clothing, right? You know, shout out to A.T. Elwood, by the way. Yeah, I say don't be afraid to break those rules. Now, I know every casting director who might happen to watch this is saying, don't listen to him, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And you know what? Default to them, they are the professionals. But realize the same is lame, and they are seeing the same thing over and over again. So don't be afraid to break the rules. I guess maybe the better way to put this is, if you break the rules, make sure you break them well. Don't be terrible. So if you break the rules, make sure you're not breaking the rules because you don't know what the hell you're doing. Make sure you break the rules because you read what they want and go, I think I might have a better idea. And if you want to be doubly safe, break the rules and then send them the version that they want plus your version. I didn't even do that. With the thing I just booked, with the movie I just worked on, I read the directions that they wanted and I said, I am not doing that. And I did it a different way. I sent it to my agent before the deadline. It was sent early. And my agent saw it, and I love my agent, but my agent went, no, that's wrong. That you didn't follow the directions at all. Did you not get the directions? I said, I'm deliberately not going to follow those directions. And my agent got mad at me. But I said, well, I'm not redoing it. So either don't send it or send it as I sent it to you. And we had a little bit of an argument. But my agent sent it, and I got a call back. And the casting director was awesome. And I got to meet her in person and work with her and collaborate with her and then work with the director. And eventually I got cast and I got to shoot for 4 days down in Orlando on a really awesome project with a really great cast and a really great crew. And it was a lot of fun. It was a really great script. I got to meet the writers and they liked what I did with the scene and with the character, and my interpretation they thought was even better than what they had intended originally. So don't be afraid to do that. All right, I'll be right there, man. Thank you. But sorry, I actually have a guest, but I want to make this little video for you guys first. Yeah, don't be afraid to break the rules. Just make sure if you break them well. It's not about trying to be original. It's about trying to be effective. And I knew that the rules were going to make what the scene wanted. God, this sounds pretentious. Jesus, I'm so sorry, guys. This is not the point of this video. The point of this video is to give you the encouragement. If you have a good idea and it's not what they want, they might want your good idea. They might watch it and hate you, like, why did you break the rules? But they might also watch it and go, you know what? It was different, but that worked. That was effective. And sometimes that's more important. It's not about being original. It's about being effective. And usually the rules are there to try to force you to be effective. But sometimes the rules can hinder that, and don't be afraid to always err on the side of being effective. Not original, not combative, not rebellious, but effective. I hope that makes sense. And then number 3, the third thing I want to make, and then I'll get off here. So you don't really get to pick what you audition for necessarily. You certainly don't get to pick how you're cast. Maybe when you're a celebrity, if you're a celebrity, but really that's because you're probably producing, you're helping to pay for the movie. And it becomes a big circle, and now you are kind of a content creator. But when you're a working screen actor like me, who's basically a nobody, you don't really get to pick how you're cast, and you certainly don't get to be choosy about what you audition for. You audition for whatever opportunity comes your way. You read the breakdown, and if you vaguely fit the demographic, you go, okay, I can throw my name in the hat and give them an audition. And I didn't really get to pick. I didn't pick the character actor life. The character actor life picked me. The casting industry decided that I'm not a principal actor. I'm not I think the vaudeville term is leading man. I am, for whatever reason, a character actor. Hey, I'm happy. Just send me the check and give me the opportunity to work on set. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm working. My bills don't care how I pay them. So yeah, I take whatever opportunity comes my way, but I have noticed the pattern is that I'm typecast, which is a good thing. A typecast actor is an employed actor. I've noticed that I get cast as a character, never as who I really am, which is fine. Like this beard, I'm going to shave this. This is just for the character that I just played. I'm going to shave it either today or tomorrow. So my point is, when an opportunity comes your way and it's a character role and you don't fit the breakdown exactly, it might prevent you from getting cast, but it might not. Accept that. Embrace that. Like if they had told me they wanted a clean shaven guy, and if I hadn't already been attached to something, I would have shaved for the audition. No problem. But what if I had been already cast in something and an audition came my way and it said, hey, we want you to shave your face. And I go, I can't. I've already signed a contract. I've already agreed to doing this project where I have to have a full beard. Well, we can't imagine what you would look like without the beard, so we're not going to let you audition. Okay, I understand. I will get you on the next one. You can't let each opportunity to audition, which you should be very excited about and very happy to have. You shouldn't let your excitement and your, hey, I booked another audition, you shouldn't let that ruin what you've already been hired to do. Does that make sense? I just had a friend recently put a current job that he's cast in jeopardy. I said, don't. And he said, okay, I won't do it. I said, good, don't screw over the people you've already agreed to work for so that you can audition for something else. If you audition for it, book the audition, do it, but don't be afraid to break that rule where you don't shave, because they want you to have that beard for the project you're currently signed to work on. So I hope that makes sense. Use your brains here. Don't, be logical, use your common sense, be effective, not original. But yeah, anyway, so those are my 3 things. Don't be afraid to break the rules sometimes. Just don't be terrible at it if you do. Embrace whatever character roles are coming your way and realize that you didn't really get to pick being a character actor. It just kind of happened that way. But it's okay. It's okay. Don't self-sabotage, though. And then the other one is, don't self-sabotage with things like social media that you're kind of forced to be on. So don't pander to an audience, but then also realize, don't break the rules of the contracts that you've signed. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you guys navigate. I'm still learning. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm hoping that this helps my fellow performers out there, because if you want to do this, if you grind and you hustle and you're smart about it, you can be successful in this industry. So yeah, keep at it. Don't stop. Break all the legs out there, and I guess I'll see you again when I see you. See ya.